We keep getting asked about swollen tonsils and adenoids and related symptoms. So today we are having the conversation that no one is having because what's happening right now is that so many parents are being told the same thing. Your child keeps getting sick, their tonsils are enlarged, their adenoids are swollen, maybe they are mouth breathing, they're not sleeping well, or maybe they're dealing with constant congestion or ear infections. And eventually, the recommendation becomes removal, which, if you have already made this decision and your child has already had their tonsils or adenoids removed, I want you to know that this conversation is not about judgment. It's not about doing something wrong or wishing you had done something differently. Every decision that you have made has been from a place of wanting relief for your child, of wanting them to feel better, of doing the best that you could with the information you had at the time. So please be gentle with yourself as you listen to this episode. This is simply about understanding the body in a deeper way, so you are empowered moving forward. And for those of you who are in this place right now, where this is the recommendation being put in front of you, my hope is that this conversation expands the way that you see what's actually happening. Welcome to the Follow Your Gut podcast, the show for the woman who's ready to stop outsourcing her and her family's health and start leading it. I'm your host, Juniper. Every week, I'll teach you how to understand your body and your child's symptoms through the lens of the gut so you can take clear, confident steps towards real healing. This isn't about chasing symptoms or following trendy protocols. This is about foundational healing, where we get to the root of it all, your gut. I am so happy you're here. Let's dive in. Tonsils and adenoids. They aren't just extra parts that the body created by mistake. They are part of the immune system and they exist on purpose. They sit at the back of the throat and act like a filter. They are essentially one of our body's first lines of defense. They are constantly catching and processing bacteria, viruses, and toxins that are coming into the body. So it's really not ideal to simply have them removed. When they are swollen and chronically enlarged, when they keep getting inflamed, it's not a malfunction of the tonsils or the adenoids themselves. It's the body working. And I know this can feel like a shift because we have all been taught to see symptoms as the problem. As far as Western medicine is concerned, the swollen tonsils, those are the issues. But they're not. They are the signal. They're showing you that your child's immune system is overwhelmed. And when we ask why the immune system is overwhelmed, we're led straight to the gut. Because 70 to 80% of the immune system lives in the gut. So when there's an imbalance, meaning there's an overgrowth of bad bacteria, yeast, mold, fungus, or parasites, the immune system is constantly working overtime. And when it's constantly working overtime, those first lines of defense, like the tonsils and the adenoids, often become overworked. They swell because they're trying to keep up. They get enlarged because they are filtering more than they were ever meant to handle long term. So what we're seeing isn't the problem itself. We're seeing the body trying to protect itself. And this is where this information becomes really important, because if we only focus on removing the symptom, we're really missing the opportunity to understand why the body created that response in the first place. When tonsils or adenoids are removed, the visible symptom goes away. But the underlying imbalance doesn't just disappear. The body adapts. It finds another way to express what's still happening internally. And that can look different for every child. It might show up as more frequent illness in a different way. It might move to the skin. Maybe your child suddenly develops a rash. It might look like the onset of sleep issues or mood changes or things that just feel off but are hard to explain. The body doesn't stop communicating. It just changes how it communicates. And I am very familiar with this because I have firsthand experience with exactly this. When I was in kindergarten, I got strep throat 7 times in 9 months. So the doctors recommended that I have my tonsils and my adenoids removed. And from the outside, it worked. I stopped getting strep throat. But what I didn't understand at the time, or that my mom didn't understand, is that the underlying imbalance, it didn't go anywhere. It just showed up differently. I went on to live the next 22 years of my life with an imbalance that I didn't know I had that contributed to a very compromised immune system, extreme seasonal allergies, irregular periods, and ADHD. I think this is the most empowering part for you to hear. Your child's body isn't broken. My body wasn't broken. Your child's body isn't overreacting, and it's not doing something unnecessary. It's responding and asking for help. And when we start asking a different question, not how do we get rid of this, but why is this happening in the first place, we open the door to actual healing. So now let's talk about what to do. First, if you are someone like me, an adult who had your tonsils and adenoids removed years ago, and you've lived a majority of your life with symptoms that maybe feel random or disconnected, I want you to know your gut is at the root of it, and it is never too late to heal. So many of the things that we normalize, things like low energy, seasonal allergies, infertility, hormone irregularities, mood swings, ADHD, chronic immune challenges, anxiety, depression, just like swollen tonsils, these symptoms are not random. They are the long-term expression of an underlying gut imbalance that was never addressed. Your body has been adapting this entire time. And the beautiful part is that your body is still just as capable of healing now as it was back then. For you, I recommend the ultimate option of the Woman's Gut Rebalance Kit. This is what has completely changed my life. My seasonal allergies are gone. I don't get sick anymore. I have had regular periods for years now, and my ADHD, while it isn't gone, it feels like a superpower instead of overwhelming chaos in my brain all of the time. Rebalancing works by eliminating the bad bacteria, yeast, mold, fungus, parasites, and toxins that have been driving chronic inflammation in your body, while at the same time replenishing and restoring the beneficial bacteria your body needs to support your immune system. When you heal your gut, everything else follows. Your immune system strengthens, your body regulates. Symptoms that once felt like just part of who you are begin to fall away. Now, for those of you whose children have already had their tonsils or adenoids removed, I want to come back to what we said earlier. It's okay. There is nothing that you have done wrong, and it's not too late for your child's body to heal. I recommend the ultimate option of the Children's Gut Rebalance Kit. Again, as the gut comes back into balance, the immune system recalibrates and their whole body follows. And even without tonsils and adenoids, the body begins to function the way it was designed to. Lastly, if you are in the position right now where you are being told that removal is the next step, I want you to know there is another path. I have seen so many families choose rebalancing over removal. When you focus on the root issue, the swelling goes away. The tonsils and the adenoids, they return to their normal state because they're no longer being overworked. And alongside that, families see everything else shift too. Fewer illnesses, better sleep, more regulated moods, a child who just feels better in their body. because we are supporting the body as a whole. No matter where you are in your journey, I'm sending you so many hugs as you navigate this. You are not alone, and you've got this. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend or a family member who's ready to lead her family's healing. Everything mentioned in this episode is linked down below for you in the show notes. Be sure to subscribe to the Nourish newsletter, also linked down below, so you never miss an episode. I will email you the latest episode every Tuesday morning. Everything shared on this show is for educational purposes only, not intended as medical advice. Until next time, trust your body and follow your gut.